need the good stuff.
What did you just do?
I want my coffee.
You're weird and weird. What's going on with you, boy?
What?
You're nuts.
But yeah, I should stop doing that bit where I drink the coffee. Funnily enough, today's episode is about coffee. I wouldn't consider myself a big coffee guy, but lately I've been drinking a lot more of it. And I had a question. Is coffee really worth all the hype? Is it worth all the effort, or should you just buy the cheap stuff? You know, how far should you go? There are all kinds of coffee. You have different ways to make coffee. You have drip coffee. You have pour over coffee. You have like the little single serving size like K-cups or like Keurig coffee. I know Keurig's a brand. Then you have like espressos, which is like, I don't know how espressos work, but they're like a whole weird thing. And that's probably not even all the different ways to make coffee. Not to mention there are a million different kinds of coffee itself. You have instant coffee, you have freshly ground coffee, you have all different kinds. You have the weird coffee that comes from some wildcat's poop or something. I don't know. I forget what it's called, but apparently it's like a delicacy. It seemed weird that people were spending a bunch of money for it, considering it's really not that expensive or that hard to make yourself at home. How much I owe you? Oh, okay. Hold on. Here you go. Car came in. I should have about covered. Okay, now I gotta find a way home. When I walk into Starbucks, I look at the menu and I'm just confused. Straight up confused. I like my coffee pretty simple, cream and sugar. That's about it. I might get like a little pump of mocha or caramel or something, but that's it. I keep it pretty simple. At home, coffee costs pennies if you get the cheap stuff. When you go to one of these places like Starbucks or whatever, it's usually several dollars for a single cup of coffee. Yet so many people every day will buy a cup of coffee every morning and have it be part of their daily routine. I rarely buy coffee out. When I do, I usually get iced coffee with like a shot of mocha or something in it. But I only make my coffee at home with the Keurig machine. Nothing fancy, it's just some cheap coffee I don't even know the brand of right now. And I have like a shot of like chocolate creamer in it. Simple and easy.
Ah, delicious. Quite exquisite. What brew did you say this was again? Ah, great value. Indeed, quite a great value indeed.
I'll see all these people on like various TikToks and various YouTube videos making all this fancy coffee, and I think to myself, is it worth all that effort and all that money for just a cup of coffee? And when you're half asleep in the morning, do you really feel like going through all that? I mean, I guess if it's like your thing, then sure, I guess. But for me, it just seems a little much. So I guess the answer to my question is coffee really worth all the trouble? Is it worth all the hype to make like the big fancy coffees? No, not for me anyways. Like I said, my coffee's pretty simple. I like it the way it is. For me, it's a staple. And you don't really put a lot of effort into a staple. It's just one of those things that I get up and kind of automatically grab. I mean, end of the day, it's simply water ran through crushed beans. Don't get me wrong, I understand that there are some amazing coffees out there with all the fancy milks and all the fancy grounds and all this other crazy stuff. And sure, every now and then it's nice to have a nice fancy coffee, but for a daily coffee, for a daily driver, I stick with the simple stuff. I just saw an interesting statistic lately. I thought, maybe I'm ignorant just because I'm American, but I thought that the United States drank a lot of coffee. United States isn't even like the top 20 list. Apparently number one is Finland. They drank roughly equivalent to 4 cups of coffee a person a day. they drank a lot of coffee over there. Like, wow. I should go to Finland, try their coffee. If you like this video, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.